Entering year 2, head coach Matt Rhule has the Nebraska program pointing up, headlined by the fact he was able to get 5-star freshman quarterback Dylan Raiola to decommit from Georgia. According to 247sports.com, the Nebraska program finished number 23 in the nation for the 24 class and currently sitting at 36 for the 25 class. So today on Tater Too Real, I'm going to keep it too real on why I believe Nebraska will be better. Stay tuned. Man, Dylan Raiola flipping his commitment from Georgia to Nebraska was the best thing to happen to that program since the Tommy Frazier days, because this is absolutely huge. Dylan Raiola is looked at as a guy who was compared to Patrick Mahomes. I didn't say this is just what was out there. And he is definitely a program-changing quarterback. He is a legacy commit. His dad played center at Nebraska, was an All-American. His uncle is the offensive line coach, Donovan Raiola. So getting a player like 5-star quarterback Dylan Raiola, who was the number 1 quarterback in all of high school football, is an absolute program changer. Now, he's going to need help from Malachi Coleman. He's going to need help from receiver transfer Jamal Banks, Isaiah Nair from the University of Texas transferring in at receiver. He's going to need all those guys to step up because Nebraska will be playing in the Big Ten. They will have a favorable schedule, believe it or not. So as long as they can get production from the receivers, as long as they can get production from tight end Thomas Fadone II, also they have Gabe Urban Jr. at running back. If all these guys step up, they're going to have a great season this year. But as we all know, in order for any of those players to have a chance at success, they need the offensive line to play well. And the offensive line has a lot of experience, headlined by Bryce Benhart, who has 41 career starts. So in order for the playmakers at receiver to get the ball, a la Jamal Banks, Malachi Coleman, in order for quarterback Dylan Raiola to not want to transfer from getting sacked so much, this offensive line unit better step up, or you're going to lose a 5-star quarterback, and Matt Rhule probably won't be there much longer after that. So a lot is riding on this offensive line play. Now, let's talk about the defense. Speaking of defense was not the problem last year at Nebraska, headlined by defensive coordinator Tony White, and Nebraska is very fortunate in keeping Tony White. He was a candidate for the UCLA coaching job. The Nebraska Cornhuskers was ranked number 11 nationally in defense and 5th in the Big Ten. So they have some absolute dogs on the defensive side of the football. Nebraska will be returning 3 of their top 4 tacklers from last year, headlined by Rover Isaac Gifford, who had 86 tackles last year, which led the team. Also linebackers John Bullock and Javon Wright both had 50 tackles apiece. And on the defensive front, they got players like Nash, the Polar Bear Hutchmatcher, and that is his real name. I did not give him that. Also, they have Ty Robinson. They run a 3-3-5 type of defense, and defensive coordinator Tony White said this: his goal is to be the number 1 defense in the nation. Last year, they were ranked number 11. We shall see how things turn out this year with better talent. Now let's talk about their schedule and how I think they're going to do. The Nebraska Cornhuskers will kick off their 2024 season versus UTEP, and then they will go on to play teams like USC, UCLA, Indiana, to name a few. I do believe Nebraska will lose against Ohio State. I do believe they will lose against USC or Colorado. So I'm going to go out there and say this: at best 9-3, at worst 8-4. Either way, Nebraska should make a bowl game and have a great season. You guys let me know what you think. This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too what? Too real. Holla.